Hello and welcome to Mathematics with Simon. I'm Simon. Today we're going to look at divisibility rules. Divisibility rules, man. Okay, we're going to look at some powerful rules which help us to know when a number is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. It might be worth watching this video alongside the video on highest common factor, lowest common multiple and prime numbers. The two subjects are in some ways connected. So we're going to start with the rule of 2. A number is divisible by 2 if and only if its last digit is even. Okay, so 18, last digit is 8. 26, last digit is 6, that's even. The even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. 4,535,672. All we care about is the 2, which is even. These numbers are not multiples of 2. They are not divisible by 2. 19, 21, 4, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, because the 1 is odd. For what it's worth, we use the phrase is a multiple of 2 interchangeably with is divisible by 2. They kind of mean the same thing. Or you can say 2 is a factor. They all kind of mean the same thing. So why does this rule work? It's worth thinking about this. We'll cover it in a future video, but it's quite interesting just to think about why it works. You can still use it without knowing why it works, but it's just an interesting question to ask of this rule and the rest of the rules. Rule of 3. A number is divisible by 3 if and only if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So let's take a look. 27, let's add the digits. 2 plus 7 is 9, which is divisible by 3. 54, again, 5 plus 4 is 9. So in the same way. I mean, for what it's worth, 3 goes into 54 18 times, because 3 goes into 5 once, carry the 2, 3 goes into 24 8 times, 18. But you don't need to know that. All you need to know is that 5 plus 4 is 9, and then 3 goes into 9. This big number, 12 million, and so on. So you get 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 4 is 16, plus 5 is 21, and then 3 goes into 21. But actually, you can also say, well, 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 goes into 3. So we know that 3 is a factor of this great big thing. These numbers are not multiples of 3, so 3 goes into 18 but not 19. 3 goes into 21 but not 22. If we add the digits here, let's add them. 4 plus 5 is 9. So you know what, let's do it this way. 4 plus 5 is 9, so 3 goes into that so we can forget that. 3 goes into 3 so we can forget that. Then you've got 11, plus 7 is 18, plus 1 is 19, and 3 does not go into 19, so 3 does not go into this. The rule of 4, a number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. So what we do is we throw away the front of the number. All we care about is the last 2 digits. So 4 goes into 24, 6 times. 4 goes into 56, 14 times. But also we can very quickly see that 4 goes into 12,342,412 because 4 goes into 12. That's the bit that counts. These numbers are not divisible by 4. 23 is not, because it's just 1 less than 24, which is 6 fours. 98 is not, because it's 2 less than 100, which is. Let's look at this number. The question is whether 4 goes into 82. Well, 4 goes into 80, but then you've got remainder 2. So 4 does not go into this big thing. Rule of 5 is a bit easier. A number is divisible by 5 if and only if the last digit is either 5 or it's 0. So these ones, 25, 55, and 12,342,450 are all divisible by 5. If we think about counting in fives, it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And we can see the 5 and the 0 alternate on the back. So we can see that all the multiples of 5 have got either a 5 or a 0 at the end. These numbers are not divisible by 5. They end in a 3, they end in an 8, they end in a 2. That's no good. So a number is a multiple of 6 if and only if it is divisible by 2 and 3. So we can just literally use our rule of 2 and our rule of 3. So these are, so 4 is even, and we add 2 and 4, we get 6, which 3 goes into. So 24 is divisible by 6. 6 is even, so 2 goes into it. And then you've got 9 plus 6 is 15. 3 goes into 15, so 6 goes into the whole thing. And then this one, if we add the digits, we get 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 4 is 16, plus 6 is 22, plus 2 is 24, and then 3 goes into 24. You could say 2 plus 4 is 6, and 3 goes into 6. So 3 goes in, and then also it's an even number, so 2 goes in as well. I feel like a human calculator here, sitting here, just cracking out these calculations, but you know, it's like meditation. These numbers are not divisible by 6. 23 is not. 98 is not. Why is 98 not? Because 9 plus 8 is 17, which is not divisible by 3, so 2 goes in, but 3 doesn't. And this isn't even, this last one, so can't be. The rule of 7. Now, the rule of 7 is, there's more work to do. It's more complicated. And actually, honestly, my own opinion is, it's better just to do the division. But for what it's worth, there is a rule. And this is the rule. The rule is that we double the last digit, we take it off the truncated number, and if we keep doing that, if we're left with 0, 7 or minus 7, we know that the original number was divisible by 7. So let's take a look. So double 1, take it off 2, you get 0. Double 1, which is 2, take it off 9, you get 7. And this one, we're going to do it out in full because it's big and complicated. So 12, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6. So we double 6. We double 6 to get 12. We take it off 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5 to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3. Then we double 3 to give us 6. We take it off 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Take off the 6, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 7. We double 7, gives us 14, and take it off 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we get to 1, 2, 3, 2, 7. We double 7 again to give us 14, take it off. 1, 2, 3, 2 minus 14 gives us 1, 2, 1, 8. Double 8. Take it off 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1 minus 16 is 105. Double 5. Take it off 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. So the original thing is a big number. The original thing is divisible by 7. It is a multiple of 7. But frankly, I think this takes as long as just doing the division. So it's up to you, but I think that's the simplest rule we've got. 7's an awkward number. And actually, it's quite interesting to think about why there are good rules for 2, 5 and 10, and pretty good rules for 3 and 9, but 7 is more difficult. If you know the answer, write it in the comments. I'd be interested to know what you make of it. A number is divisible by 8 if the number formed from the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. So these are a bit, as it might be, degenerate because there's only 2 digits. So 8 goes into 32, that's fine. 8 goes into 96 12 times. 12 8s are 96. This is the real test. So we only have to divide 8 into 4, 5, 6. So we can actually see quickly that 7 8s are 56. So we've got 7 8s here in this 56. And then inside 400, we've got 58s, haven't we? Because 8 times 50 is 400. So we've got 58s in 400. We've got 7 in there. So there's 57 8s inside 456. So the whole beast is divisible by 8. These numbers are not. 98 is not, because it's 2 bigger than 96. And this number is not, because this last number is odd. And that's the very minimum. I mean, to be divisible by 8, it's got to at least be even. In fact, it's got to be even. It's got to be even when you divide it by 2, and it's got to be even when you divide that by 2 again. That's what divisible by 8 means. It sort of means that there are at least 3 prime factors that are equal to 2. it's got 2 as a prime factor at least 3 times. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. So this is a bit like the rule of 3, which said a number is divisible by 3 if and only if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. It's the same sort of thing, really. So 36, 3 plus 6 is 9. 90, 9 plus 0 is 9. And then this one, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 4 is 16, plus 5 is 21, plus 6 is 27, and then 2 plus 7 is 9. So 9 goes into this whole thing. It doesn't go into these ones, doesn't go into 98 because you've got 8 left over. The rule of 10. A number is divisible by 10 if the last digit is a 0. That's all you need. Just look at the last digit, see if it's a 0. 10 goes into all of these exactly. 10 goes into none of these exactly. This is the last one, the rule of 11. I mean, you can do the rule of 12. The rule of 12 is got to be divisible by 3 and 4, actually, so we've already got rules for that. But this is the last one we're going to do today. A number is divisible by 11 if the sum of the odd digits minus the sum of the even digits is 0 or is itself divisible by 11. So, for instance, if we take the even digits from the odd digits, here we get 0, here we get 0. So these are divisible by 11, and we can see like 3 times 11 is 33, 9 times 11 is 99. This one's more complicated, so let's add up the odd digits, which is 0 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2, which is 10. Then the even digits, which is 5 plus 2 plus 3, which is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0, so 11 goes into this whole thing, which would be a fair bit of work to establish that. These numbers are not divisible by 11. 9 minus 8 is not 0 or 11. Neither is 2 minus 3. So I would say overall, we have very powerful rules for 2, 5 and 10. And we can look at a number and at a glance we can know if 2, 5 or 10 go in basically by looking at the last digit. We've got really good rules for 3, 9 and 11. So we have to either add the digits for 3 or 9, or add the digits and then take them away from each other for 11. Add the even digits and then take them away from the odd digits for 11. 4, 6, 7 and 8 do work, and those are the rules, but sometimes it's easier to divide. I mean, 4 is pretty good. If we got a long number, all we have to do is divide into the last 2 digits. 6, we're just combining 2 and 3. And 8 is fine, but it only really works on big numbers because we're only cutting off the front, and if the number is only 2 or 3 digits long, the rule of 8 doesn't actually change anything. The rule of 7 is fun, but there's a fair bit of work to do, so sometimes it's just easier to divide. I really hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do hit the like button. I think, what do the YouTubers say? Smash the like button. And if you'd like to see more in future, then if you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, we'll send you more. We're thinking of doing decimals next. I really hope you enjoy your mathematics, and I really look forward to seeing you next time.